say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
Was that your shortest fight ever?
I bear witness there's only one God, and Muhammad, blessings and peace be upon him, is his prophet. I dedicate this fight to my brother, Darrell Brown, who died. I'll be there to see you. I love you with all my heart. All praise be to my children. I love you. God, amen. What?
Is this your shortest fight ever? In any time, amateur, professional, ever?
Assalamu alaikum, Maida. I don't know, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8 seconds?
For this fight. I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend, and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
Saying now, Mike.
And just like that, welcome to Enough with the BS podcast. We are back, trying to bring some energy, trying to bring some life back into the podcast area. Sorry we've been off for so long. I know we took a 2 weeks hiatus.
Yeah.
You know, something that came across is called life.
Exactly, it happens.
You know, my brother was sick. 1 week I was bombarded with papers for school, and so we had to take a couple of weeks off, which I kind of like that because it lets stories build.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes sports can get a little dead, and I listen to sports radio, and
same thing over and over.
Sometimes they ain't got nothing to talk about. Yep. So we take a week or two off, let the story build. We can come back strong as ever.
Exactly.
Now, this show, as you guys may not know, this is the title of this is "Be Like Martin" or "Be Like Mike." And I know you're probably thinking, you know, what does the two have in common? Absolutely nothing. For one thing, this Colin Kaepernick situation is getting a little out of hand.
Very much so.
But all I keep hearing from the outsiders is, you guys need to be like Martin Luther King. I say, be like Mike Tyson. Let your voice be heard. And if they're not listening, then make them listen. Because that's what Mike Tyson did. But hey, start the show off once again. This is Enough with the BS podcast. Thank you everybody for listening wherever, however you may be listening. Any other states in the United States or any other countries outside of the U.S. Thank you guys for tuning in. Prayers go out to New York. I think it was a bombing up there the other night.
Heard about that.
Hope everything is okay to our New York listeners. I hope it wasn't one of you guys or family members, but you know, a couple of days after 9/11, you're definitely in our thought and prayers. But Josh, man, after the 2 week hiatus, how you doing?
I'm here, man. I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm gonna try to bring it today. Got a good topic, so
this is a real good topic for us,
definitely
man.
A good topic.
Two young brothers, we about to touch into some heat, and this is kind of how I thought about it. I was like, you know what? We don't have any bosses.
No.
We don't have any sponsors.
No, unfortunately.
We don't have no censorship.
Nah.
We can literally say whatever the hell we want to on this episode, and to be completely honest, that's probably what's going to happen.
Damn right.
Yeah, I already said You know, I put out the tweet. I put out the post to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize in advance, but this episode is probably going to be explicit.
Very much so. Oh, we got the green light? Be explicit as we want to? Or
I say on this episode, you know, if your emotion comes out, let it come out.
Okay, I got you.
We'll try to keep it a little bit on the wraps, but I will be putting an explicit title on this show because it's hard to hold back when you get upset.
Right about that.
And at this point in time, with all the ridicule that Colin Kaepernick is getting, I'm starting to get a little pissed off. I'm just going to be real.
It's definitely true. Like, I don't know where his message got lost at, but a lot of people, like you said, they're not hearing it.
Yeah, and I know, to our faithful listeners, I know you guys thinking right now, but you two destroyed him.
No, I didn't destroy Colin. I was just
did.
like, yeah, you did.
I
you kind of
actually
went
did.
in on him. I agreed with his message.
Yeah, well,
I was like, for me, it was like, he kind of just rolled out of bed and said, I'm not going to stand for the anthem. Like, every time they had a microphone in his face, he couldn't speak on it intelligently about the topic. He was just, repression, I'm not going to stand. What else you going to do? Give me something, man. You sound like an idiot. I don't want him to be our, representation. I wanted him to be a little bit more specifics.
yeah,
you know.
Let's hear your plan.
Exactly, and he did that. Like you said, I was never really about the military thing because he said that from the get-go. He wasn't gonna, or he's not doing it to disrespect the military.
Absolutely.
Just on my end, it was just like you just rolled out of bed, and this is not something that you just wing. You just go on the fly with, you know.
Yeah, and I think my stance was I was a little upset because from the military background.
Yeah.
But I agreed totally with his message.
I agree with that.
But what me and you were agreeing with was the timing. Like, where did this come from? Just
and it was kind of.
I've never heard this out of Colin Kaepernick before, and this just came out of nowhere. So I questioned the severity.
I wasn't sure of his sincerity. Yes, I'm just like, you just rolled out of bed, and when you were kissing your biceps, you didn't say nothing about nothing. And because like, look at Cam the other week. Somebody asked him about it. He's like, we're all the same.
Oh my
skin
God,
color.
Cam skipped around it.
He's Colin Kaepernick 3 years ago, so he's like, I'm not gonna say nothing stupid and get my stuff taken away. You know,
Cam danced away from that question.
He definitely jigabooed away
faster
from that question.
than he danced away from that fumble.
He definitely jitterbugged straight away from that question, but
yeah, he died right around that question. But I mean, agree with Colin Kaepernick or disagree is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the firestorm that has came since he decided to literally just sit down.
Yeah.
The firestorm. And I think, and what this podcast is going to be about, I think what the people are missing is the actual message behind the protest.
They don't even care what he's doing
that
it for.
Is totally diluted now.
Yeah.
It's all about you were disrespecting the military or how dare you exercise your rights as an American.
Exactly.
How about you just sit in the back, keep your mouth shut because you are a backup.
Oh, black people aren't oppressed. What are you talking about?
Man, we're going to get
Paul Feinbaum.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he was like, he apologized.
He said black people aren't oppressed?
Like,
how?
like, they're middle-aged. The guys on ESPN, they're just middle-aged white guys, so they don't know what it's like. They sit next to millionaires and watching millionaires on TV, and they think, well, there's a lot of black millionaires. They're all fine. What do you mean?
But see,
that's just like,
that right there, what you just said.
Yeah.
And please don't take offense by this, but what I want you guys to realize, whether you are white, whether you're Asian, whether if you're black, that's on the other side of the fence. And if you're black, shame on you, to be completely honest, because as an African American, if you are not African American, no matter what you see or what you read or what you hear, you have no idea what it's like to be black in America.
Exactly.
No freaking idea. So your perspective may
Exactly.
be, oh, black people are not
Yeah.
oppressed. Were you living in the hood?
No.
Now, you may have grown up in a single parent household.
Yeah.
But where was it? Was it a single parent in the suburbs? Or was it
Yeah.
single parents off of Starton Bridge Road?
Exactly.
Off of West Greenville? Were you a single parent in the south side of Chicago? Were you a single parent growing up in Watts, New Orleans,
Exactly.
Baltimore, St. Louis?
They just like
Brooklyn.
You said, hey, look at I'm
It's
sitting
cool.
next to
It's
Carrie
cool.
Champion. Look at Carrie, she's fine. Look at Keyshawn Johnson, he's doing well. Like,
And I mean-
that's not all of our experience. Like you said, they're kind of like you said, they just really don't know.
And that's the gist.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you don't know,
Shut
you
up
shouldn't
about it.
speak upon
Exactly.
it. Maybe
Shut up
you
about
should
it.
do your research or ask
Exactly.
somebody who has been through that situation.
Exactly.
If you want to know why so many black people are upset, well, how about you ask them about it?
Exactly.
Because you know what I did? When I found out that, that there are certain individuals upset of what we're protesting about,
Mhm.
I asked them,
Yeah.
what is the situation? Where's the disconnect?
And
Why are you not understanding why this group of individuals are so upset?
because they see black people every day that they think are doing okay. And like in America, you can't, like if you Black Lives Matter, you hate Blue Lives Matter
Yeah,
or
man,
whatever.
come on, that's not
or
the
if you
case.
Black Lives Matter, you hate cops or you hate white people. If you can't do both for some odd reason.
And vice versa.
America.
If you're all Blue Lives Matter, it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you hate black people.
Yeah.
If you are an individual who's preaching all lives matter, doesn't mean that you ain't, well,
You're just dumb. Like, I had a friend, and it's like, okay, we're talking about breast cancer. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you come out of nowhere. All cancers matter.
all cancers matter.
Like, we know all cancers matter, okay? We're talking about breast cancer right now.
But see, that situation right there is the exact same thing with the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Exactly.
You are missing
The
the
boat.
point.
Exactly.
We understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yes, I do respect your opinion, but you are missing the point.
And if you take the time, because like you said, at first Cap was very vague. He couldn't really speak on it like too well on it. And if you listen to him, he's stated that, hey, I'm not doing this to disrespect the military. I'm going to do A, B, and
Yeah,
C.
it's time
And then
to-
you should just let it go after
Let's
that.
let that shit go.
Let it go. I don't
Excuse, no,
understand.
not even excuse me for my
Yeah,
language.
fuck
I said
it,
this.
fuck it.
This is gonna
Yeah.
be explicit today. 'Cause I'm pissed. I'm irritated.
There you go.
Colin Kaepernick, and let's get into what he actually did for those who
Yeah.
may not know what he's
Missed it.
done. Colin Kaepernick decided to sit down for the national anthem
Mm-hmm.
because he felt like there was a lack of respect for black people in the United States.
Yes.
He's standing up for the oppressed, those who are in poverty, those who had some form of injustice.
Justice, yes.
He's standing up for that. The San Francisco 49ers backed him. I didn't hear any type of backlash from the 49ers.
Nah, they were like, well, it's fine. I've seen rumors and stuff, but I
Yeah,
don't
there's
really,
been a little rumors here and
I
there,
don't
but I
really
haven't
believe
seen
it.
anything
Yeah,
come
I don't
out.
believe none of it.
Now-
Shit looks fine.
I mean, and if you guys, maybe you don't even know what oppression is. Oppression is pretty much prolonged unjust treatment or control.
That's wow.
And
That
that
makes
definition,
a lot of
to be
sense.
completely
Yeah.
honest, fits a lot of African Americans to the T.
Exactly.
Now, as we continue, and I mean, I got a lot of stuff on this situation. As we continue to break down the sit out for Kaepernick and the reason why, and this one I just want to get across to all my listeners that are on the other side of the fence, who feel like he shouldn't be doing so, and you can't quite understand why African Americans are upset. Well, let's just really